Hello, I'm Jeremy Lewicki. I'm the founder of LATT SEO, and I work with Shopify companies to help them generate more sales through organic SEO. And what I'm doing with this video here is looking at Dixon to go through their site, do an SEO audit to see if there's any ways this site or their site can work to improve their SEO results and get more traffic and likely generate more sales. So first thing to do is look at this tool, Ahrefs, and two quick data points to look at would be referring domains. And a referring domain, if you're unfamiliar, is a unique instance of a different website on the internet linking to this site here. And the reason we look at these and the reason these are very important is because Google views referring domains or links from other websites as votes of confidence or trust signals. When a site gets a link from a different website that's relevant, trustworthy, high-powered, Google sees that and views your site accordingly. So you want to be in that same group and get links from trusted sites. Secondly, DR, or domain rating, is on a 0 to 100 scale and essentially lets us know how strong or how authoritative a site is and gives us an idea as to how strong or how competitive a keyword or phrase is likely to be to rank for. So in and of itself, DR does not mean, DR 40 is not necessarily or guaranteed to outrank a DR 30, for example, but it gives us an idea as to what's going on. So next thing to look at then would be just this traffic chart down here. And as we look at, I'll zoom this in a little bit. As we look at this chart, the blue line is referring domains, like I just mentioned above, and the orange line is for organic traffic. Now, in most cases, as the blue line increases or goes up, generally it would make sense that the orange line should follow. You get links from trusted sites, and then Google recognizes that and sees that, and traffic tends to follow that. So in this case, it looks like there's some massive seasonality here with organic traffic for them, which is not surprising for an apparel or clothing type company. But this massive spike in referring domains and continued drop in traffic is potentially alarming. So not sure exactly what's going on there without digging into backlink profile and anchor text profile and things like that, but something to potentially look at there. Now, next thing to look at then from this perspective for a quick audit here is to look at their keywords. And this I already have filtered to show position 11 through 20. And what that means basically is all the keywords their site is ranking on page 2 for in Google, which gives us an idea as to what keywords may have quick potential to make some small changes, potentially just on-page optimization that we can, again, potentially get some quick wins for. So this shows 567 different keyword opportunities. And the one I wanted to look at here is women's flannel shirts. So as we look at this, 1,400 people search this every month. They're at position 11. So first result on page 2 organically. So if we look at the results here, we can see it looks like Vermont flannel at number 1, DR 43, Amazon number 2, DR 96, Pladra at DR 26, ranked at number 3, and so on. I'm not going to read through every single one of these for you, but you can see at number 11 here, Dixon at DR 40. So what else is going on and what else needs to likely be done to help them rank better for this key phrase? So if we look at this tool here, actually let's first go to the page itself to see what's going on here. So we have women's flannels at the top here, but the key phrase, remember, was women's flannel shirts. So if we look at the search volume for women's flannel shirts here, you can see 4,600 searches. For women's flannels, 600. So it would make more sense to optimize for women's flannel shirts due to the search volume there. So if we look again, just clicked on that navigation. So women's flannels is what they're optimized for. And if we scroll down here, it looks like there is just a number of product listings and then load more products. There's no additional content here. And I'll get to that and why that's important here in a minute. So next thing to look at then would be this tool here, Surfer SEO. I showed in a lot of my videos. And I really like this tool because what we do is we take the key phrase, put it in here, so women's flannel shirts, then we take the URL of the site or the page we want to optimize better. We put this in here, and what this looks at is a snapshot of the top 5 ranking sites in Google for this key phrase and compares to what this URL is missing in terms of optimization factors. So things like content density, keywords, H1s, site speed, things like that, gives us an idea as to what should be done for this site to help it be better optimized and potentially rank better. So first thing to look at would be keyword density. Sometimes this doesn't display correctly here with this data, But in this case, it's showing women's flannel shirts should be at least in the content one time, and it's 0 times. And the importance of that is, if you don't have the keyword you want to rank for somewhere in your content, at least in some variation, it's going to be extremely difficult or impossible for you to rank for it. So next thing to look at would be add content in the body. And if you look here, Vermont Flannel has 575 words of content, Pladra 656, and Dixon here at 141. Now the reason that's important is, I actually tweeted about this, your Shopify collection pages should have some content. These pages have significant SEO ranking power. You can start by just adding a short paragraph or two explaining the collection and its types of products. Tip, make sure to use relevant keywords when you're doing this. Now, to give you a very quick example, if we look at the Vermont Flannel Co., you can see here they have a short paragraph here explaining information about the collection, and they have in here women's flannel shirts. They also got in there softest, so if somebody's searching for soft flannel shirts or soft women's flannel shirts, they have women's flannel pajamas in here. They have organic, cotton, you get the point. They have a number of different keywords here in just this few sentences to explain and elaborate the collection and the products, and this makes it easier for them to rank for not only this keyword here, that's massively important in terms of what we're looking at here, but also all these other different opportunities. So that's the value of doing that. And then add exact keyword in H1. So again, like I mentioned here, if we scroll back up to this women's flannels, highly likely this is the H1. Just to confirm, we'll look at the code here and inspect it. This is the H1. So this, instead of women's flannels, if it was women's flannel shirts, would make it much easier for them to rank for that key phrase as well. And again, the value and the benefit here, if we just look at women's flannel shirts as a keyword, you zoom this back out. Women's flannel shirts searched 4,200 times every month. Total volume for women's flannel shirts, all keywords, looks like 8,200 per month. And again, if we just did go back to the keywords here and we look at women's flannel shirts and women's flannels, just to confirm, same thing, same data here. So again, women's flannel shirts, 4,200 searches per month, women's flannels, 600. So it would make sense to optimize for women's flannel shirts. And as you do that, also, you're still targeting and optimized for women's flannel, women's flannels, because you still have that partial key phrase in there too. So that would be the recommendations that I have for Dixon here to better optimize for something like women's flannels and women's flannel shirts, of course. And this would be part of the process we go through. And we wouldn't just do this for that one collection, but that's what I would do. So hopefully this video provided some value to you, and if it did, I would love if you could subscribe and continue to support the channel here, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.